Hey, welcome back. We have a knife here, and this just showed up. They're doing a much better job of shipping. This just showed up from Artisan Cutlery. And yeah, I don't know what they did exactly. Sorry, let me take this off screen here and get it opened up securely without exposing anything. I don't know what they did exactly to change their strategy on shipping, but it looks like maybe they adopted some sort of Amazon style like drop ship kind of strategy, because I'm seeing these coming from like people's personal addresses as opposed to like using their FedEx thing that they were doing before. So anyways, this thing was shipped from Texas recently from Artisan Cutlery. And I've been on a little bit of a bender lately on these Pyrites because they're coming out with these different versions. So you're going to see quite a few of them on the channel. But this one is the AR version, which is very exciting because there's been kind of this conversation about how good the Pyrite is, even though it's like in steel. And it's very interesting, the idea of what if this was in titanium? And now it is. Super cool. So this is the first time I've gotten to get one in hand in titanium and see what that's like. And I imagine it's going to be more of the same, but definitely has a little bit of a different feel to it. It's a bit of a different finish. This is a stonewash finish. So I quickly am noticing this is, I think, kind of a bead blast finish here. Let me put a quick towel on it. But yeah, that's a nice feeling finish there. Oh, and just like all the others, perfect action. Super light on this one, actually. This one has a little bit of a heavier D10. I do notice some variance. There's some variation in the action on these from different models, for better, for worse. Cool. Let's see. I think the first big question is, what's the weight difference? This one you can see had milling out of the scales, so they were definitely weight conscious with their design. Whoa, that's very interesting. This does not have milling out of the scales. Huh. So the titanium one has no milling. So interesting. I noticed that they sounded a little different. Huh. That's surprising. You'd think they would do the milling and just make it super light, but maybe they felt this was the more high quality approach. Interesting. Let me just zero that out one more time since I kind of put my hand on it. So that was the steel right there. So 3.75, and if you get it without the thumb stud and steel, 3.65. So how about this titanium? No milling. 3.3. Interesting. Almost the perfect weight balance. I wonder if they did that because it balanced better when it wasn't milled or something. I wonder if it was too light with the milling for the balance. Noticing the blade finish, I think, is generally the same, but let me see. I think it's the same blade finish. I do find some frustration that this thing seems to like almost stain up a little bit, despite being a stainless steel and stuff. It's not that it rusts, but it just kind of stains a little bit. You get these kind of marks on it. That's the one thing I'd say I don't really care for on the Pyrite so far. That the blade is very hard to just kind of keep clean, and when you like go and hit a wipe on it, you just can't get the stuff off that's on there, which is weird. This is the new one. You can see pretty nice and clean there. But I have found that to be a little bit problematic. And sorry, I'm super zoomed in, so I totally went off screen for a second there. Very interesting. So this sits right in between, I'd say, from a feel perspective. Yeah, this is a really nice carry knife. This is really good feeling in hand. It has a nice weight to it, but it is a little heavier, as you saw, about what, 20% heavier. Can't complain though. 50 bucks, 70 bucks, I don't know if it's worth it. That's what I was kind of curious to figure out, was it, whether it was worth it. Maybe. You know, the one thing I'll say about this that's really nice is it reminds me a lot of the finish on the chamois. Not quite to the same level, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, is the quite nice finish that you have on the chamois. This definitely does step up that feel a little bit. It feels a little cheap, kind of like it's almost like aluminum, but overall pretty darn nice. Pretty darn nice. Kind of curious if everything else is the same. It looks like the same on the back spacer and the pocket clip and everything. But this could fit up really nicely with the titanium pocket clip. You throw that on there, it kind of matches up and stuff. The one thing I noticed is I threw the titanium pocket clip on this and didn't quite look right. So maybe on this one, it would really step this thing up to a very high quality feeling knife. I'm feeling it. I like this thing. I'm glad I got it. I was a little hesitant. I'm like, I got the steel one. Like, what's really the point? But I really wanted to check this out and see what it was, see what this knife would be like in a true titanium scale. I'm glad I grabbed it. This is a nice knife. Who knows? Maybe it won't even be around for a long time. It would have been nice if they had done some milling on this titanium one to kind of give it a little something extra. If they had done a little texturing, that could have been really nice. But honestly, it feels great as it is. Again, it kind of reminds me of a sham in terms of how it's finished and stuff. So maybe I'll throw that higher end pocket clip on there, and it could be a nice little package, honestly. I'm getting a little button stick there that I don't have on this one. Yeah, I guess it has a tiny bit, but very minimal. And I have a lot of that on this one here. So I don't know if they're, you know, trying to force some of these other blade shapes and stuff. Man, that blade would be pretty sweet on that titanium. That would be a sweet, sweet configuration. But overall, good to see it. Very nice upgrade for 20 bucks. And yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time with this one, because that makes for a pretty premium pocket knife for 70 bucks. I don't know you could beat it. Very hard to compete with this for 70 bucks. They just do a really nice job, folks. I don't collect a lot of budget knives, but man, CJRB just freaking knocked it out of the park with this whole Pyrite lineup. So look at here, you can see evidence in front of you, and I have the G10, the G Mascus one too. Might as well pull it out, right? Wrong toolbox. Sorry for the wait. G Mascus. And this one feels a lot more like this one. I don't know what the weight is on this guy. Let's do a quick weigh-in on that too. So that's 2.7 ounces, even lighter. 3.3, 3.6, 5-ish, 3.75. Very interesting. little lineup there that they've come out with. And I've got a conversation going to try and get one of the size large ones that they just prototyped. I don't know how long the regular ones will be out, but a awesome viewer of the channel is considering selling me one because he nabbed one of the size large ones. So that'd be really cool to get on here as well and compare. Look at that, a little collection of cheap Chinese knives. Who's having fun? I am. Good stuff. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.